Today we're playing as the Empire of the Rising Sun, and for the first time ever, we have got a 16-gun ship here of Mark IV cannons. I mean, this should be just absolutely devastating. We actually have pretty standard bulkheads, but these guns do have to get fairly close to an enemy fleet to do some damage. We're going to be getting two ships, battleships. And we're going to see just how we do against the enemy. Now, I am going to launch the mission, and I hope that we're facing the Americans, but I think we're actually facing the Germans. So this is an interesting fight, a strange maybe World War I contact that could have potentially occurred, but very unlikely. Nonetheless, it should lead to a fascinating battle. So guys, we're going to take these two ships here and head to the northeast, and I want to see how our 16 gun ships do. This should be, I'm hoping, absolutely devastating, but maybe not. So let's go over here, and we're going to push this way. I'll keep the fleet together for now. Eventually, we might want to break off these two ships. In fact, in every single one of my victories, we've always detached one of the ships. So you know what? I'm going to take the Chigusa and also move him on his own trajectory. They'll be going pretty close to one another, but they'll be able to sort of pick their own destiny as we approach. Let's just get one more look at those beauties before we look away, and I hope that the Emperor's will also give us some extra courage in this fight. But I'm thinking those guns might just do the job on their own. Wish us luck. To get a victory here, we just need to destroy 70% of the enemy fleet. You could say this is a suicide mission, but one where we hope to really deal serious destruction to our foes here in Germany. Wish us luck, boys. So, unlike the other fleets we face, or the other fleets we actually start with, guys, the thing about these particular ships is, despite having 16 beautiful guns, they have to get very close to be able to do damage. Our range is terrible. If you look over here, our chance of a hit in this distance, you know, maybe 7 kilometers away, is only 18%. The closer we get, once we get to the 5 kilometer range, we have a quarter of a chance to hit. With 16 guns, that's amazing. We are targeting a light cruiser over here. We have hit the casemate, etc. But I think what we're going to have to do to be successful here is close in. Yes, close in. And actually fire at the ships closest. Not focus on the bigger ships as we usually would. Because as you can see, with the closer ships, even now, we've got a 0.9% chance to hit. This is terrible. Over here on the light cruiser, it's slightly better because of the angle, but we've got to get close, guys. We've got to close in there, really get right up there in their face, and once we do that, we'll decide what to do. As you can see, I have, of course, detached these two ships, because I'd rather they focus on one of our ships as the other one closes in here. Again, if we could just get one volley on their ship, if we can get up to 5 kilometers away, it's a 25% chance of these massive cannons blasting a hole in the enemy. So I'm pushing forward. As you can see, we have got a fire on the Junyo. He's taking a lot of hits. I really do want to probably turn here very soon. We're getting into range, so I'm going to turn with the Junyo now, and we're going to slow down and decide what to do. So again, like I said, got to go for the closer ships. Not about the big ships right now, although we are getting some pretty good damage on that battle cruiser, I must admit. And people have warned me about switching targets. But you know what? I fear the enemy torpedoes, etc. I'm going to go for the light cruisers. I am switching targets. Don't hate me, folks. The Chitose, also, same thing here. And I think we've already got a torpedo warning on the way. This is what I was worried about. So we'll have the Chitose fire at that guy right there. Let's see if we can avoid these torps if we see them. I'm not so sure we'll have time. But here we go. Let's see how the Junyo does. 16 guns on this baby. And these guns still have to turn. Yep. Already got a pretty good hit there. That was actually just enemy fire, not the torpedoes. But there we go. That's what we need to do. We've got to keep on getting hits here. I think we can also slow down a bit. There's some torps. Look at that. Pretty terrible shot by the enemy. We are going to slow down to slow. We're actually slowing down. What we should do, though, is actually focus with both of these ships on this one. But, no, I've already got this set up, ready to go. Come on, Junyo. Here we go. Those 13-inch ones. I mean, these are massive, massive rounds. Can't express that enough. They can just tear a ship in half, pretty much. So here we go. We're about to get a shot. Get a full blast there. We're still waiting for these guys to turn. That's another negative about this particular build. It's just, these are such massive guns, and we don't have the barbettes around them, which I think would turn them a little faster. So this is going to take a little while to get the perfect turn here. Come on now. Let's see how we're doing over here. Damage there to the main tower. I'm not a fan of that. What about torpedoes? No torpedoes as far as I can see. Although we're not doing nearly as much damage to that destroyer as I wanted. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Nice hit there on the light cruiser. Not perfect, but hey, when I see fire, and it's not on my ship, I get pretty excited. Again, 70% of the ship. There we go. We got another torpedo warning. Let's see where they are. Man, oh, we can try to turn. We got a perfect hit. It's a shame we missed that little. Yeah, that was perfect. But I'm not sure we can miss these torps. We're gonna try. We're really gonna try. Maybe if we slow down. Gotta get an eye there. Slow down completely. I might end up actually taking more damage. We'll soon see here, guys. We must keep fighting. This is why I think it's also very important to destroy the destroyers. They are a huge threat with the torps. Just a huge threat. Right, the Chitose is going to have to turn a little bit more to the right. There we go. Beautiful hit there on the destroyer. Beautiful, beautiful. 1,236 damage. It's rare to see that much damage dished out. Let's see. Here's where the torps should be arriving. This one is definitely going to hit us. Now, one of the ships has sunk due to heavy firing. Due to heavy fire. But let's try to whip around with the Chitose because he's not getting the best view here on the enemy ship. I'm almost tempted to start firing on that light cruiser, especially since we've done so much damage to the Munchen. Here we go. Yeah, let's switch fire here to the Munchen. And, oh, those torps. Were those torps? Actually, no, those could have been direct hits there. Let's take a look. No, these are direct hits from enemy ships, probably the larger battleships in the distance. But again, my goal now is just try and sink as many of the enemy boats as we can. At this point, I think we can boost up speed again. Try and make it not so easy for the enemy to target us. Beautiful hit. Thought it was going to miss, but it actually managed to ding the enemy ship right there in front, causing some pretty massive fires and a bit of flooding. I think if this thing takes a few more hits, she's going down. But what I really want to do is take out that light cruiser in the name of the glorious Emperor. Keep it up with the Chitose. Destroyed casemate on the Munchen. And I know maybe we should even be focusing on the destroyer here, assisting basically our friend. Beautiful, beautiful kill. I owe it all to the 16-pound guns there. Excuse me, the 16-pound guns, the Mark III 16 guns, and just really helped us. So I am going to ignore that other destroyer to focus on the Munchen entirely. I think that's the main threat right now. Actually, no, we have to focus on the battlecruiser. And you know what? I'm glad the AI figured that out on its own, because as you can see here, that thing is way, way, way close. The battlecruiser Prince Eitel Friedrich. So if we can destroy this thing, we can really hurt the enemy navy. Let's take a look there. I don't think he knows what he's gotten himself into. I hope I don't live to regret these words. But let's see what we can do. Come on. Ooh, even the secondaries are hurting him. Although he's got a nasty gun. He's got some Mark IIIs himself. But does he have 16 of them? That's what I want to know. I don't think he does. Here he goes. Main fire there on the Junio. Never a good thing. But as you can see, we don't have too many red spots. The red spots indicate major damage. We have light damage for the most part. But, you know, when you look at the Friedrich, he's got light damage too. We just gave him a little bit of flooding there to worry about. I obviously didn't put any torpedoes on this ship. But then again, considering the fact I had a few thousand to spend, I was thinking maybe I should have put torps on this ship just because it was kind of meant for close combat anyway. This would be in torpedo range, absolutely. But I think that would be just too weird to put that on a major battleship. We got some fire and flooding ourselves, and some fire and flooding on the Admiral Friedrich. It looks like we exchanged some pretty nasty shots there with each other. And the Munchen over here also pretty badly damaged. But the Chitose has taken a hell of a hit right now. Oh, yes! Prince Edric Frederick, major flooding on his lower decks there. Look at that. Major flooding. He's actually, if he wasn't so much below the waterline, we would have done even more damage. The ship is built pretty nicely to avoid most hits on the waterline. And there we go. Wow. Yep, she's sinking. Unfortunately, we're going to take a massive hit there. Oh, I was worried. I thought those were torps. They were not. Now we're going to focus on another enemy battleship, the Beowulf. I will keep the Chitose focused on that light cruiser. Let's see how close that destroyer is. That's not good. He's going to be able to fire torps at that distance. Junyo just got hit with a really nasty shot there. Caused some pretty serious flooding. Let's keep that fire on the Beowulf. The main gun here on the Junyo destroyed, and we've definitely got some torpedoes here. Look at this. No way to avoid these. We can try to turn a bit. Try to turn just a little bit and maybe catch one of them and miss the others. That would be the best case scenario in this situation. Well, the best case scenario would be missing them entirely. But I'd like to, I'm hoping that we've damaged enough of the enemy navy here to warrant a victory. We're going to try to turn the Junyo as well. I don't think he's going to be able to reload those torps in time, so I am going to keep my focus on the Munchen. Let's take a look here at one of the larger enemy ships we managed to sink there, the battle cruiser. Man, what a monster. The Admiral Dreadnoughts. She's such a big ship. Looks like she's taking forever to sink. We've even still got lifeboats here on top of the ship. Amazing. We've got that fuel piling up. All right. Actually, we got some hits on the Beowulf. Now I'm thinking we really are in survival mode. Maybe, just maybe. Especially since we've got that Lothringen there. You know what? We should focus all fire on the Beowulf. Get both of our ships firing at him here. Try to take down one of the bigger enemy ships. I don't think it's going to get to 70%, but if we can sink another big ship, I think it's definitely a bonus. All right, main gun damaged and the conning tower. It's going to help us a bit, but I need even more damage than that. I need some fire damage, etc. I'm even considering switching to flammable rounds here. But I think we'll just let our men decide. Load whatever you've got. Armor piercers, flammable, explosive, whatever. Just let them have it. Junyo getting some secondary shots there on the destroyer. Those are the shots we need to worry about. As you can see, damage flooding. The enemy's also got some pretty fearsome guns there on the Beowulf. I'm not sure we can even control the fires on this ship. Let's just hope we don't take any more torpedo shots. But we can't avoid taking shots from their main guns right now. Those 13 inchers are ready to fire, but due to the excessive damage, they might just not be able to at this point. There we go. There we go. There we go. Look at that damage. Just tearing through. It's almost like a laser beam. But again, the Beowulf can really withstand quite a lot. We are causing flooding for sure, but not enough to destroy a ship of this caliber. The bulkheads on this baby are strong. She is just made of pure iron. There's no doubt about it. And the Chitose is going down. What a shame. I thought for sure the Junyo would actually be the first to falter. But incredibly, the Junyo is still fighting on. I don't think they'll last for long. But man, holy hell. We can't say that our men didn't give it a hell of a fight against two ships against an entire fleet, pretty much. I don't think we're going to get the 70%, but I was so hoping for it. What do you guys think? Obviously, let us know in the comments down below. I feel like every time we play this game, we learn something. We did exceptionally in our last battle with the French, or when we were playing as the French, but even with this 16-gun ship, we could not do sufficient damage to the enemy navy to get a victory here. And as you can see now, they're just beating us up. It's almost like we can't get a shot with our guns anymore, but when we do manage to land it, you can see the kind of damage it creates there on the Beowulf. Look at that! More flooding damage. Damage the casemate. If we could only destroy the casemate. Look at that. If we could have kept this up, if we had a single ship more, I think we could have maybe gotten that 70%. But as always, guys, I just want to thank you on all the support you've given me on this game. The best thing you can do if you've been watching and aren't subscribed to the channel yet is please subscribe. It's free. If you want to go a step further, you can become a member here for $5 a month. Just hit the join button. I always appreciate it, guys. Look at that. They're still using torps. They hit them at the perfect time, too. Look at that. Flooding damage on the Beowulf. I was really hoping to get the kill on the Beowulf before the end of the battle, but I doubt it. I really doubt it. I think they'll be able to save her. Although, of course, a lot of repairs are going to have to happen out here on the open ocean before they can get her back to port, I think. Although, as many people have mentioned in these in combat in World War I and World War II, quite often, no matter how badly damaged these ships were, even sometimes with parts of the ship missing, they were able to get back to port, so she might not have an issue here. We're kind of just hoping now that the enemy does not fire well. Here's the 13-inchers. 13. You can see the Beowulf has 17-inch guns. So, you know, just massive rounds. Bigger than ours, but we certainly couldn't fit that many of those huge guns onto this ship. It would just weigh it down, and it wouldn't have made it out of the harbor. Come on. Those devastating shots. Every hit, one step closer to total destruction. Can we get one final shot, Banzai, before the end, boys? Don't abandon ship before the final shot. Oh, yes, destroyed the casemate. Oh, a massive, massive hit. And unfortunately, the Junyo sunk, but I feel like a few more seconds, that enemy's ammo exploded. We would have certainly destroyed that ship. Still don't think it would have been at the 70%, though. We would have had to get one more of the enemy battleships. But I hope you guys had fun. I had so much fun playing with those 16-gun ships. I'd love to play with them again. The firepower is just breathtaking. Don't forget to hit that like button and comment down below, folks. It's really because of the YouTube algorithm. I hate to frustrate you with asking you to do it, but it's a huge favor to the channel. If you enjoy the videos, drop a comment, even if it's just a hi or #1 or thumbs up or something like that. It really helps us in the YouTube search. So thanks again, and I'll catch you on the next one.